Hello students, welcome back to Statistics by Savita. Today we are discussing about measures of dispersion. Okay, in the previous video we discussed the measures of position. Okay, then quartile, deciles and percentiles are over. Here we are discussing measures of dispersion. Then what is the measures of dispersion? Dispersion definition is a very important here. Here it is given in the textbook. The study of scatter or variation of the values in a data from any measure of central tendency is called as a dispersion, or in other words it is called as, it is a measure which measure the lack of uniformity are called as measures of dispersion. Okay, this is for examination purpose. The definition is important for 1 mark question. Okay, then here it is given as essentials of good measure of dispersion. Essential of a good measure of a dispersion. Then if how to do it, any two essentials here. What are the essentials of a good measure of dispersion? They are asking any 2 mark question. If how to do it, any two in this. Okay. Then what are the types of measures of variation? The measures of variations are the range, quartile deviation, mean deviation and standard deviation. The types of relative measures of variation is coefficient of range, coefficient of quartile deviation, coefficient of mean deviation and coefficient of standard deviation. It's a relative measure, it is. Okay. Then in the next, the first measure is range. Okay. The range usually in the examination, they will ask only 1 mark and 2 mark question. Either definition of range or a small example, the small problem they are giving. The highest value minus lowest value we have to calculate. What is a range? Range is the difference between the highest value and the lowest value in a given data. That is denoted by capital R. Okay, what is the formula? R is equals to H minus L. Then its relative measure is, the coefficient of range is H minus L divided by H plus L. Okay, its coefficient of range is H minus L divided by H plus L. Okay, then quartile deviation is a second measure. Okay, the quartile deviation, what is a quartile deviation? Quartile deviation is defined as half of the interquartile range. In the, after taking these all formulas, we will calculate some examples. How to calculate, I will explain. Okay, before that I will explain all the things. What are the measures and formulas I am explaining. Quartile deviation is defined as a half of the interquartile range. Interquartile range, it is denoted by QD, capital Q and D, that is Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2. Its a relative measure is, the coefficient of quartile deviation is Q3 minus Q1 divided by Q3 plus Q1. Okay. Then the third measure is a mean deviation. First one is range, second one is a quartile deviation, third one is a mean deviation. What is a mean deviation? It is the mean of the absolute deviations of a set of observation from any measure of central tendency. Just to observe here, it is a mean of the absolute deviations of a set of observation from any measure of central tendency. It is called as a mean deviation. Okay, ile mean deviation from mean, mean deviation from median and mean deviation from mode anta 3 ಬರ್ತದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ನೀವು ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸಿ mean deviation from mean ಅಂದಾಗ, what is the formula of mean deviation from mean? For a raw data, you already know what is a raw data and what is a tabulated data. Okay, what is a raw data means, here the mean deviation from mean is MD of x bar. It is given MD of x bar is equals to summation of x minus x bar divided by n. Okay, then here For a tabulated data, MD of x bar is equals to summation of f into x minus x bar divided by capital N. Okay. Here, the relative measure is coefficient of MD of x bar is equals to MD of x bar divided by x bar divided by x bar. ಮತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ n ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಡ್ರಿ, don't take a confusion here. MD of x bar divided by x bar. Okay, this is a relative measure of the mean deviation from mean. Then mean deviation from median, you already know it, how to calculate mean, median and mode. You have to calculate that one, just you are taking it in the formula. Mean deviation from median, that is MD of m. MD of m is equals to summation of x minus mod of x minus m divided by small n. Mod ಬರ್ತತಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. mod ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಬರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಆಲ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇಂಟು ಅ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. MD of m is equals to, for tabulated data, summation of f into x minus m divided by capital N. Okay. Then for a computation of a MD of mode, that is MD of z is equals to the summation of x minus z, mod of x minus z. ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಗೆರೆ ಅದಾವಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ mod of z ಅಂತೀವಿ ನಾವು. mod of x minus z divided by small n. And MD of z for tabulated data, f into x minus z divided by capital N. And its relative measure is same. MD of z is equals to MD of z divided by z. Okay. This is a mean deviation from mean, median and mode formulas, this one. Then what is the standard deviation over here? What is a standard deviation? Then definition is given. Okay. The definition, it is defined as the positive square root of the mean of the square deviations of a given observations from their mean. It is defined as positive square root of the mean of the squared deviation of a given observations from their arithmetic mean. It is a standard deviation is nothing but it is a root mean square deviation from mean. It is denoted by sigma. It is denoted by a Greek letter, that is a sigma. Then what is the coefficient of standard deviation means? Sigma by x bar. Sigma by x bar, it's a relative measure. Okay, how to take a formula? The formulas are, just you observe a formula. Sigma is equals to the square root of summation of x minus x bar whole square divided by n, or otherwise ಅದನ್ನ ತಗೋರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ is equals to square root of summation of x square divided by n minus sum of x divided by n whole square. This is a formula of a ungrouped data or a raw data. Otherwise, when we are using a deviation method, that time we are considering as a u is equals to x minus a. That's why summation of u square divided by square root of summation of u square divided by n minus sum of u divided by n whole square. Then for a grouped data, okay, for a grouped data, the formulas are the sigma is equals to square root of summation of f into x minus x bar whole square divided by n, capital N, or otherwise sigma is equals to the square root of summation of fx square divided by capital N minus summation of fx divided by capital N whole square. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನೀವು u is equals to x minus a discrete case ಒಳಗೆ ತಗೋತೇವೆ. when it is a continuous case, u is equals to x minus a divided by c we are considering. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿ ಅಂದರೆ ವಿಡ್ತ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡಾಗ ನಾವು ವಿಡ್ತ್ ತೊಗೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ. ದೆನ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಡೆವಿಯೇಷನ್. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್? you have to write any two properties. You have to make it compulsory, the any two properties of a standard deviation. Okay. Then the one more formula is there for a combined standard deviation. Sigma is equals to the square root of n1 into sigma 1 square plus d1 square plus n2 into sigma 2 square plus d2 square divided by n1 plus n2. Then what is d1? d1 is a x1 bar minus x bar c X bar C means combined arithmetic mean. That is x2 bar is d2 is equals to x2 bar minus x bar C. Okay, where x bar C is a combined arithmetic mean. Then here coefficient of variation we are studying. Coefficient of variation. What is a coefficient of variation? The coefficient of variation is a CV is the percentage of the coefficient of a standard deviation. CV is the percentage of the coefficient of a standard deviation. Then CV is equals to sigma divided by x bar into 100. SD divided by mean into 100. That it is a very important this one CV coefficient of variation, because they ask for a 10 marks question, 10 marks question maximum CV question. Okay, then the problems, how to calculate the problems. The problems on range, that is, and quartile deviation. Find the range and its coefficient for the following data. Then the some values is given, x values. Then you have to take a highest value and lowest value. 23 is the lowest value and 81 is the highest value. Then you are calculating as a range is equals to h minus l, that is a 58. Then the coefficient of range is h minus l divided by h plus l, that is a 0.557 is the answer. Then sometimes how they are giving the example 2, if the least value and the highest value in the data are minus 8 and 60 nodri ಇಲ್ಲಿ minus 8 ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ. minus 8 ಅಂದಾಗ ನಿಮಗಲ್ಲಿ lowest value is minus 8 and the highest value 60 is given. Then range is equals to h minus l, minus and minus becomes a plus, that's why 60 plus 8 is equals to 68. Then the coefficient of range, just you are substituting the values, then 68 divided by 52, 60 minus 8 ಆಗ್ತದಲ್ಲೇ divided by 52, that answer comes as a 1.307. Okay, the one more example, if q1 is equals to 36 and q3 is equals to 64, find quartile deviation and its coefficient. ರೇಂಜ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರಲ್ಲ, ಇದೇ ಈ ಟೈಪ್ 2 ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ 1 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಅಥವಾ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಇದು 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸಿಂದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಇದು 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸಿಂದ ಈ ಎರಡರೊಳಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಡಿಫೈನ್ ರೇಂಜ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. Then example 3 is a quartile deviation. Q1 is given and Q3 is given. Then you have to calculate it as a quartile deviation. Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2 and its coefficient is Q3 minus Q1 divided by Q3 plus Q1 you are calculating here. Okay. Then the example 4, just you observe all of you. If QD is equals to 17, Q1 is equals to 22 and Q3, then you have to calculate, find Q3. QD is given as 17, Q3 minus Q1 is 22 divided by 2, that is a Q3 is equals to a 56. Q3 is equals to a 56. Then example 5, calculate quartile deviation and its coefficient for the following data. Just I will show you this is a one raw data is given. Okay, the raw data, how we are calculating means we know how to calculate Q1, Q2, Q3. Okay, here for calculating a quartile deviation, you have to calculate a Q1 and Q3 over here. How many values are here? The values are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 values are there. 12 plus 1, that is a 13. Okay, 13 divided by 4, you are getting as a 3.25. The data is already arranged in ascending order. The data is ascending order only, it is given. Then directly you are calculating as a Q1 value. Then 3.25. 3.25 means a third observation plus 0.25 into fourth value minus third value. You are calculating like that. What is the third value? Third value is 80 plus 0.25 82 minus, under fourth observation is 82 minus 80, then you are getting as a 2 into 0.25, that you are calculating, that comes as a 0.5, 80 plus 0.5, that is a 80.5 is the answer. Then the same way q3 also you are calculating the same way, and then you are substituting it in the formula, that is a quartile deviation. Quartile deviation you have to be remember what is a quartile deviation. Quartile deviation is a q3 minus q1 divided by 2. Okay, just you are substituting, and the coefficient is q3 minus q1 divided by q3 plus q1. Then how to calculate a discrete case ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಒಂದು ರಾ ಡೇಟಾ ಒಂದು 2 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ರಾ ಡೇಟಾ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರಿಲ್ಲ, ರಾ ಡೇಟಾ ದಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ discrete case. Discrete case means that is x they are giving, and f not a class interval, it is a discrete case. Then you must and should you have to take a LCF. LCF is just all of you observe LCF 3 as it is 3 plus 61, that is a 64, 64 plus 132, that is a 196, 196 plus 153, like that go on, you are taking, you are considering the values LCF. Then afterwards you have to keep it as it is. The total n is 543, the summation of f is 543, that is a q1 is equals to n plus 1 divided by 4th observation, that is 543 plus 1 divided by 4, that is a 136 observation. 136 ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ, 136 64 ಮತ್ತು 196 ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. 64 ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ 196, ಹಂಗಂದ್ರೆ 196 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎಷ್ಟದ 40 years you have to take it as a q1. The same q2. The q2 you have to calculate q3. q3 is equals to 3 into n plus 1 divided by 4, that is 3 into 136 observation is equals to that is 3 into 136, that is a 408th observation. 408 where it comes in between 196 and 349, not a 406, 408 na, that is 349 to 489, then it comes as a 60 is the answer. 60 is the answer. हाँ 60 is the answer. Then you have to calculate it as a quartile deviation, that is 60 minus 40 divided by 2, that is a 10, and its coefficient you have to calculate here. The same way this is a discrete case, and one we are calculating as a class interval. Class interval is given as here, the class interval 60 to 64, 64 to 68, 544 difference is there, and number of workers, frequency is given. The class interval and frequency, the same way LCF you have to take it. The first as usual, the q1 class you have to calculate. q1 class is equals to q1 class where it comes 88. 88 1n divided by 4, 1 into 88 divided by 4, that is a 22nd observation. 22nd ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ 12 to 30 ಅದರ ನಡುವೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಎಲ್ ಸಿ ಎಫ್ನಾಗ ಹೋಗ್ರಿ, ಎಲ್ ಸಿ ಎಫ್ನಾಗ 12 to 30 ಒಳಗೆ ನೋಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ 30 ಹತ್ತದ ಏನದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನದ 64 to 68, 64 to 68. Then you are substituting it in the class interval formula. Class interval formula is q1 is equals to L plus n by 4 minus CF divided by F into a C. Then you are substituting L is a 64, that is a lower limit, plus n by 4 is a 22nd, and that is a 22nd minus 12 divided by 18 into a 18 is a that frequency, and C is a 4. Just you are substituting the values and you are calculating as a 66.22 is a answer. Then the same way q3 is equals to same, you are calculating as a L plus 3n by 4 minus CF divided by F into C. Just you are substituting the formula, but before q3 you are substituting the q3 class you have to calculate, that is a 3n by 4. 3 into n is 88. 3 into 88 divided by 4, that is a 66. 66th observation comes in between 60 and 72. The LCF 60 and 72, the value is 76 to 80. Then 76 to 80 is 76 plus you are substituting, that is 76 is a L, then you are substituting all the values, okay, you are getting as a 78. Coefficient of the same way, they asked in this question as a coefficient of quartile deviation, directly they are substituting it in the coefficient of quartile deviation. Okay, this is a class interval how to calculate. Okay, in the example 8, just I will observe how to take a class intervals. The inclusive types are there, 20 to 29, 30 to 39, like 40 to 49. Inclusive type is there, just you are converting that into a exclusive. Exclusive, how you are converting? 0.5 minus you are doing in a LCF, and 0.5 you are adding in a upper class limit. Okay, then the LCF same you are calculating, and you are calculating the same way. Okay, the one more example 9th is given. The sum of the lower and upper quartile is 207.2 and their difference ಅಂದ್ರೆ Q3 plus Q1 ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ ಅವರು, Q3 minus Q1 ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟೈಲ್ ಡೆವಿಯೇಷನ್ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿ ಅಂದಾರ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ರಿಲೇಟಿವ್ ಮೆಜರ್ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿ ಅಂದಾರ. ಅವಾಗ ನೀವು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ Q3 minus Q1 ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಾರಲ್ಲ 39.8, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ that you are taking directly the value. Okay, this is a quartile deviation is completed. ಓಕೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಈಗ ನಾನು ಬರೀ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡೀನಿ, ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ನಿಯರ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ದಿಸ್ ಮಂತ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಯು ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್. I want to cover the whole portion, that's why I just explained the problems. If you want to calculate this one, if you are not getting, if you are having a confusion, just comment me. ನೀವು ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕತ್ತಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸೋದು, ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದೆರಡು ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂತ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಒಳಗೆ. ನಾನು ಇದು ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಸಂಬಂಧ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನಿಂಗ್ ದ ದೀಸ್ ಆಲ್. This I want to cover the portion. Problems on mean deviation. Okay, calculating a mean deviation is from mean, from median and from mode. Just I will tell you how to calculate from mean. In the example 10th, the sum of the values is given, x values is given. Just you are calculating x bar. ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಬಾರ್ ನೀವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಗೊತ್ತೈತೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ? ಟೋಟಲ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಬೈ ಎನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ನೀವು ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರ್ತದಲ್ಲೇ. ಆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಈಗ 3 ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಬಾರ್ ಇಸ್ಗೋ ಸಮೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಬೈ ಎನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಟೋಟಲು 2400 ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಬೈ 7 ಮಾಡಿ 342.86 ಬಂತು ನಿಮಗಲ್ಲೇ. ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಬಾರ್ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಕಾಲಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಬಾರ್ನ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಕಾಲಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಬಾರ್ ಒಂದೊಂದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 100 ಮೈನಸ್ 342.86 ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೈನಸ್ ಬರ್ತದಲ್ಲೇ. ಬಟ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಅನ್ನಲ್ಲೇ ತೊಗೊಳಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ನೀವು, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ತೊಗೊಳಂಗಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲೇ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮೋಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಂತ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಮೋಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಬರೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಬರೀತೀರಿ ನೀವು ಅಲ್ಲೇ. ಆಲ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ positive. Then md of x bar is equals to summation of x minus x bar divided by n. ಅಂದರೆ ಅದರದ್ದು ಟೋಟಲ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಬೈ ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟಿಂಗ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 165.31. Then coefficient of md is md of x bar divided by x bar, that is 165.31 divided by 342.86. ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಬಾರ್ ತೊಗೋಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ನೀವು, ಎನ್ ತೊಗೋಬೇಡ್ರಿ. ಮತ್ತು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಬಾರ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ 0.482. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ರಾ ಡೇಟಾ ದ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಮೀನ್ ಡೆವಿಯೇಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಮೀನ್ ಆಯ್ತೀಗ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಮೀನ್ ಡೆವಿಯೇಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಮೀಡಿಯನ್. Okay. The example 11th, calculate a mean deviation from median and its a relative measure for the following data. Here the values is given, some of the values is given. When the raw data is given, you have to take it that raw data as a arranging in a ascending order. Okay, the raw data arranging in a ascending order in the solution part. Then after that, if I have to calculate it as a m is equals to n plus 1 divided by tooth value. The formula is n plus 1 divided by 2. That is equals to how many values here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 values. 9 plus 1 divided by 2, that is a 5. What is the fifth value? Fifth value is a 46. Okay. 46 is a median. Median is equals to a 46. Then x minus m if have to take a next column. X if have to write it a column wise, then x minus m if have to take it. 37 minus 46, 45 minus 46, 52 minus 46. Like that you are taking all the values. The summation of that x minus m is equals to a 45. The total of that. When it is a negative value, you take it as a positive value because you are considering as a mod of x minus median. That is equals to 45. Mean deviation from median is equals to summation of mod of x minus m divided by n. That is 45 divided by number of values, that is a 9. 9 is equals to 5. The answer is 9 ones are 9 5 is a 45. Then coefficient, its coefficient means the relative measure. We have to calculate mean deviation from median divided by median. That is 5 divided by 46. That answer is 0.108. Okay. This is a mean deviation from median. Idu raw data idu. Then we are calculating a tabulated data. Okay. The tabulated data, how to calculate a tabulated data? Then mean deviation from median, the one example, 14th example is given. Okay. Calculate a coefficient of mean deviation from median for the following frequency distribution. The x and f is given in the question. The x is values and frequency values is given. The x and f, if you have to take it as whenever f is given, then you are considering as a LCF form. LCF you are considering. Then capital N you are considering. Capital N is a total of frequency. Total of a frequency. X and f, LCF you are considering. M is equals to n plus 1 divided by tooth observation. What is n? N is a 49. 49 plus 1, that is a 50. 50 divided by 2, that is 25. 25 where it comes in between in the LCF? 20 to 38. All of you observe here the 20 to 38. Then 7 is a median value. 7 is a median value. Then it starts. The example starts. The calculating a mean deviation from median. It starts. X you are writing x minus median. And the median value is 7. 5 minus 7, that is minus 2, but you are writing as a plus 2. 6 minus 7, that is a 1. You are writing x minus m. But the frequency is given, that's why f into x minus m you are considering a last column. Considering as a last column is f into x minus m. What is the formula? Formula is mean deviation from median is summation of f into x minus m divided by capital N. That is 43 divided by 49. 43 is a f into x minus m. That is 43 divided by frequency value 0.872. The coefficient of mean deviation is mean deviation from median divided by m, that is 0.878 divided by 8. You are calculating this one. Okay. And then mean deviation from median, the class interval, when the class interval is given. Okay, we will take it as a class interval, one example. Okay. Ah. Here, the example 17th is given as a compute coefficient of mean deviation from median for the following distribution. But here, the class interval is not given, but below 10, below 20, below 30, below 40, below 50 is given. Usually in the exam, they are giving directly the class interval only. In the exam ಒಳಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ, ಬಿಲೋ 10, ಬಿಲೋ 20, ಬಿಲೋ 30 ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ. Okay, then we are considering this one as class interval 0 to 10, 10 to 20, up to 50. Last is below 50 is there, up to 50. LCF is there. This is below 10, below 20. ಅದೇನೈತಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರೋ number of students, that is LCF is given. You have to consider it as a frequency. You have to calculate it as a frequency over here. 3 minus 8. 3 as it is. 8 minus 3, that is 5. 17 minus 8, that is 9. 20 minus 17, 3. 25 minus 20, that is 5. Capital N is equals to 25. Frequency total ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲೇ. Total ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ N is equals to 25 ಬಂತು ನಿಮಗಲ್ಲೇ. Then M is equals to first you have to calculate N by 2. The median class you have to calculate N by 2, that is which observation it comes, that comes 25 divided by 2. Okay, that comes 12.5 where it comes 12.5. Then LCF you have to see 8 to 17. 8 to 17 means 20 to 30 class interval. Then you are substituting it in the formula. M is equals to L plus N by 2 minus CF divided by F into a C. Then you are getting an answer over here. But only answer you got it as a median answer, but not a mean deviation from median. Now started the mean deviation from median. That x value, x minus median, here it is x bar is given, but you have to take it as a median. Then f value, then f into x minus median value. X minus median value, that is just you observe 5 minus 22.65, that is a 17.65, the answer come. Then mean deviation, that you are taking a total of f into x minus median divided by n, divided by n, capital N, that is a 10.416 is a answer, and its coefficient is that only, that median divided by mean deviation from median divided by median you are calculating. Okay, this is mean deviation from median is over. Then how we are calculating a mean deviation from mode? Okay, mean deviation from mode we are calculating. Okay, the example 12th is given. Okay, 12th is calculating a mean deviation from mode from the following and its coefficient for the following data. The mode you are calculating is a highest, the most repeated value. The most repeated value is here the 777. The 7 is repeated 3 times. That's why you have to take it as a mode is z is equals to 7. Then x minus z, mod of x minus z only, mod of x minus z only. Then summation of x minus z is equals to 34. Then mean deviation from mode is equals to 34 divided by number of values, that is a 10, that is a 3.4. Then coefficient of mean deviation from mode is 3.4 divided by 7, that is equals to 0.48. Okay, then here the mean deviation from mean we have to calculate. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮೋಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಿಮಗೆ, ಮೀನ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಮೀನ್ ಡೆವಿಯೇಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಮೋಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್, ಓಕೆ, ಹಿಯರ್ ದ ಒನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಗಿವನ್. ಮೀನ್ ಡೆವಿಯೇಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಮೋಡ್, ಎಕ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಗಿವನ್, ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಜೆಡ್. X minus z means the highest frequency is 35 here. Just all of you observe, the highest frequency, compute mean deviation from mode for the data given below, that is a 35. 35 is 2. And then the Z is equals to a 2 value. Z is equals to 2. Then mean deviation from mode is equals to summation of f into x minus z divided by n. That is equals to here first you have to calculate a frequency. Frequency is given and x minus z you have to calculate. Then frequency into x minus z you have to calculate. Then last column. Then you are taking a total of that. Taking a total of that divided by 134, the frequency. Then you are getting an answer over there. The mean deviation from mode, that is you are calculating. Okay, mean deviation from mode in a class interval. Class interval is given. The one problem here. Okay, 18th sum is given. Mean deviation from mode. Mode is mean deviation from mode for the following distribution regarding profit of various firms. That is profit and number of firms. That is a profit and number of firms. That you have to take it. The mean deviation from mode is equals to you have to calculate first mode. You have to calculate the highest frequency, that is a 41. 41 is 60 to 80. Then 60 to 80 is considering as a class interval where mode comes, where mode is there. Then z is equals to L plus fm minus f1 divided by 2 fm minus f1 minus f2 into a C formula. You are substituting and you are calculating a mode there. After calculating a mode, then you are considering a x value. X means the midpoint value you are considering. The x minus z, that is a z is equals to 71.28. 30 minus 71.28, 50 minus 71.28, you are considering like that. The frequency you are considering, frequency into a x minus z you are taking and you are substituting it in the formula and you are calculating the mode. Okay. And then you can calculate easily the mean deviation from mean. The class interval you have to calculate. That example just I will show you. The 16th, it is on the screen. The 16th example, okay, find the mean deviation from mean. The class interval you have to take it as a midpoint only, x and fx. X bar is equals to fx divided by capital N. X bar you are calculating. After calculating a x bar, you are substituting it in the x into x minus x bar, frequency and f into x minus x bar. Okay, this f into x minus f, whenever a frequency is given, you are considering as a f into a x minus x bar. L frequency ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಿರಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ ಜೊತೆ. ಮೀನ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಮೀನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮೀನ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಮೀಡಿಯನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮೀನ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಮೋಡ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಹೌ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಅ ಮೀನ್, ಮೀಡಿಯನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೋಡ್. First you have to calculate a mean, median, mode. Afterwards you substitute it in the calculating a mean deviation from mean, mean deviation from median and mean deviation from mode. Okay. This is a mean deviation from mean deviation is completed. Okay. Then the next sums are standard deviation and coefficient of variation. Okay. The standard deviation and coefficient of variation is a very important. I will calculate and I will show you how to calculate it, because the 10 marks problem compulsory they ask a CV problem, coefficient of variation problem. And that's why students, today's video we discussed about up to a mean deviation, but in the next video I will show you how to calculate a standard deviation and a coefficient of variation. Okay, when you are observing this, watching this video, just you go through all the sums from the textbook. Okay, go through the textbook. I discussed all the problems what the textbook is having. ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೀನಿ. ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ ಗೋತ್ರೂ ಮಾಡಿರಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ. ಅದು ನೀವು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ನೋಡ್ಕೋತಾ ನೀವು ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು, ನೀವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಡಿವಿಯೇಷನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕೋಎಫಿಷಿಯೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನನ್ನು ನಿಮಗೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ವಾಚಿಂಗ್ ದ ವಿಡಿಯೋ. ನೀವು ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ನನಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಅನಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸನ್ನು ನಿಮಗೆ. ಓಕೆ, subscribe, like and comment the video.